Good morning, family. Welcome to Chuncheon Morning Devotion. Let's begin by greeting our beloved Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chuncheon Champonamge Kyangbe. Paro. Now for our family pledge in Korean, let's welcome our Pastor Milhan Stevens.
가정맹세 1. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 전상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과皇族권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 동의를 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 자손을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 효통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 자녀극 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Pastor Milhan. Now for opening prayer, I'd like to invite Shinji-san. Shinji, could you please unmute and pray for us today?
Yes. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, let us pray. Our most beloved Heavenly Parent, our true parents, we are once again so grateful to come before you, to really welcome you, to read the true parents' words, and through this every morning hundoke, we really come down to really understand your situations and heart, and Heavenly Parents, we also understand why we are here together every single morning. Yes, we could meet the true parents and receive blessings, and we pledge before you to really establish the kingdom of heaven, not by a theory, not by just dreams. We are committed, each one of us, to really substantiate your love, the true love on this physical world. Through this, the course of the history of restorations, Yes, we witnessed so many ups and downs and struggles, yet we come here once again this morning on Sunday. So please guide once again each one of us, centering upon Reverend Milhan Stevens' family, so that we can really show you our dedications and love to you. And yes, thank you so much for your love once again, your true love. And I report this prayer in my name, Shinjifuse Musukuchon, Blessed Center family. Aju.
Adieu. Thank you, Shinji. Thank you very much. God bless you. All right, family, now it's time for our 100K reading. We're reading from the Mother of Peace, our True Mother's Memoir, and we're up to episode 43. Pastor Milhan.
Clean. Thank you, Shinji-san, for your prayer. Yes, thank you. Are there any volunteer readers this morning? Oh,
I
that
could
Reverend
do
Green?
it.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Pull that up. How's this?
A little bigger, please.
All right. 400%. Let's go.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning. Am I being heard?
Yeah, we can hear you, Reverend Green.
Thanks. Reading from the Mother of Peace. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Chapter 7. Today's growing pains brings tomorrow's sunshine. Dedicate your youth to exciting goals. Each new generation endures heartache sometimes. Young people compare themselves to others and lament their status. A desire to give up may pop up in their heads. And rather than looking within, they may feel like blaming others or the world they live in. The more difficult our situation, however, the more we have to remember our original dream. Especially in our younger years, we face countless temptations, endless concerns, and unbounded desires. The only way to manage these is to have a strong will, and this means having clear, defined objectives. The years of our youth are the best time to dedicate ourselves to exciting goals that make our hearts beat faster. Since our youth is brief, it is important to do this without delay. We don't want to be left in regret. We need to set good goals and know who to partner with to achieve them. If we do not live vigorously and create our own path, we will end up sinking into despair and envy. Some young people complain that adults tell them to work harder, without giving them credit for the effort they are already making. Some become pessimistic, feeling that no matter how hard they try, they can't get ahead. and that society is at fault. But they need to take an honest look at how much effort they have actually made. Complaints and distrust will not get us far. Young people need to follow a virtuous path of sacrifice, service, and love. Youth by Samuel Ullman is one of my favorite poems. I like the passage, "Youth is not a time of life, it is a state of mind." With a purpose-driven heart, anyone, regardless of age, can live a fresh life with youthful passion. In August 1987, Hyojin Moon, our eldest son, was president of the World Collegiate Association for the Research of Principles, CARP. In existence since 1969, CARP is a campus organization that promotes principles and raises leaders. In that time of ideological confusion on college campuses, Hyojin convened the Fourth World CARP Assembly in West Berlin, Germany. In the midst of thousands of pro-communist agitators who were holding demonstrations near the wall, these agitators knew that CARP was opposed to communism and that 3,000 young people were attending its annual convention in the city. Groups of them protested and created disturbances outside the convention venue. On the last day of the assembly, Hyojin spoke to the audience and then declared, "Let us now march to the Berlin Wall." After a 2-hour march, braving threats and disturbances along the route, they arrived at the wall and encountered a large group of communist sympathizers. There, our members claimed the area that was reserved for their rally, pushing these counter-demonstrators away. After an energetic rally, Hyojin took the stage, spoke with great passion, and then wept as he led the group in prayers at the wall. They finished by singing the Korean song, "Our cherished hopes are for unity." I feel that our members praying and singing together with Hyojin that day were the seed of change. 2 years later, the Berlin Wall came down. The passion of youth transcended borders and broke down walls. Young people of true passion have the spirit to challenge themselves and the world around them. Many young people today, however, seem to be losing this spirit. Successful cultures train their youth to strengthen and purify their minds and bodies through everything from meditation to martial arts. We should not allow these traditions of training our youth to become relics of the past. We should revive them to create schools in which young people, men and women, can strengthen their minds and bodies and discover their true purposes. turn passion into purpose and purpose into principles. As my husband and I traveled throughout Korea and the world, we were deeply saddened to see young people buried in a bleak reality, giving up on their dreams and wandering aimlessly without goals. We saw others who were setting lofty goals, but could not accomplish them by themselves. Out of concern for this, in 1993, I went on a speaking tour to guide Korean students at more than 40 Korean universities. It was a long and challenging tour that took me to virtually all the universities in Korea. In several instances, students of different religious or ideological persuasions opposed my coming and sought to turn me away at the gate. But I persevered. And in the end, I spoke at all the universities. On this foundation, my husband and I created the Youth Federation for World Peace, YFWP, in Washington, D.C., in July 1994, with representatives from 163 countries. People young and old, idealistic and full of energy, gathered with the heart of love for God, love for people, and love for one's nation. Everyone felt strong resolve to realize their true families and manifest good values in their lives. After the inauguration, we headed out into the world with the ambition to set up branches in 160 nations within less than a year. The eager responses we got illustrated the burning aspirations of youth. One of YFWP's signature achievement was to bring together youth from North and South Korea in conferences on the principles of peace as first steps towards the unification of the Korean Peninsula. YFWP's core messages and activities are now blossoming through organizations such as the recently founded International Association of Youth and Students for Peace, IAYSP, Young Clergy Leadership Conference, YCLC, and Youth and Young Adult Ministry, YAYAM. The Generation Peace Academy, GPA, reaches youth in their reaches youth in their gap between high school and colleges, as does the Special Task Force, STF. These are service and education programs taking place in the United States, Europe, and Oceania. These streams flow into CARP, which is ever more active, connecting students and professors on college campuses. The goal of all these programs are to raise up exemplary, loving individuals and families that emphasize purity in love and service for others as an expression of their relationship with God. Keeping one's mind and body healthy, strong, and pure is a lifelong task. and its importance is greatest during our youth. When we are young, we stand at a crossroads. We have to decide whether to take the road that satisfies selfish desires or the road towards a great dream. As we begin the stage of life following childhood, we should be beautiful young men and women ready to launch ourselves into the world with the courage that comes from having great dreams. The best training is the ocean. A small stream ran through my hometown, the village of Anju, except in the middle of winter when everything was frozen solid. The trickling sounds of running water could always be heard. I became friends with that water and learned many truths from it. Water always flows from above to below. Water embraces everything. It changes its shape to fit whatever contours it meets. In addition, water has duality. It can be peaceful and romantic when still, but it becomes angry. If it becomes angry, it can swallow everything in an instant. That's why the sea can be frightening. I dearly love the sea as God's deep will can be found within it. My husband also loved the water. Even during our busy schedules, we would find ways to visit a river or the sea. We didn't go solely to admire the scenic beauty or enjoy a leisurely fishing trip. We rode rough waves to tell the people of the world that humanity's future is found in the sea.
Thank you, Reverend Green.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, now I'm asking for any reflections, keywords, inspirations, favorite sentence, or sentences. Oh, Ayako-san.
Hi, good morning. You highlighted very well what I was inspired. Your determination and you who to pair up. And then that was my word. Truly, maybe because I've been thinking about these days about God's creation. God wanted to be a parent. And next, with that system or pair system, he created this world. Pair system of love is not in the past. We used to, I'm sorry to mention this, but the Father mentioned a Japanese point of a mistake. One of a movement has to correct it, was a concept of a Cain Abel. And we emphasize Cain's role and the Cain said how Cain should behave and then make it to organizational Abel. But reality is truly with the Abel's role, Father's word is there, Abel's path in this, so that was whenever these days I really think of it, about the creation and everything was a perfect system and pair system. And so today when we speech, and by the way, Reverend Green was a perfect for reading. I felt very much, he was very good. But I felt that part, and this is then the Reverend Milhan highlighted. So this was my stand-up pair So who to pair up a pair of heart? You need to protect your heart. We need to take care of our heart by pairing up to the artistic able and you able of heart. And also, and when we work, we need to know what we are going to do. And when I think about the ACLC ministry, which I think of Reverend Perry and Juanita. That's always in my mind. I would really think that's the first to pair up and to truly work together. Who do you work with? It's very important. Maybe that's what was my inspiration today. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, God is definitely alive. We're on the same accord. Our dreams are very fragile. You share your dream with somebody, and they're like, "Oh, that's interesting," and then, but it's like that's my purpose in life. What do you mean, just interesting? I mean, it can drive you crazy. So, having a Trinity, having someone you can share that dream with and be taken seriously that's like half of life itself. If you can make a Trinity of people with a common purpose and dream, everything's easy. That's what Father said. He said if you and you don't share everything outside of your Trinity, just like you don't share stuff outside of your marriage. You don't share stuff outside of your Trinity because it's very fragile, and you need to, like you said, protect that vision, protect that dream, and reveal it gradually. So it's and we talked a lot about ministries last year, and I was just like blah 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 chess ministry, and it wasn't until I got coaching where I could really share honestly about my challenges, my struggles with chess ministry, and then going through there, and then I was able to start to have some courage to try something. So yeah, it's a really great point. Thank you.
Yeah, just to mention, Father spoke about the duality of the sea. And so one time it can be so calm and romantic, but in the twinkling of an eye, that very same sea can become very fierce and amazing. So I remember one time, I was out swimming. That was in Jamaica. Jamaica have very beautiful beaches, and there's a friend of mine, we like to swim long distances. And this day, the sea was very, very calm and very inviting. So we decided to go for a long swim. And when we had gone, a few, kilometers, the sea changed and it became very frightening, and from that day onwards, I never ventured to go too far out into the water, knowing that the sea can become very unfriendly, in the twinkling of an eye. So when we read about the duality of the ocean, and it is also a place that we can learn everything, I was reminded of that day, when we went out for a long swim. But also in Germany, with Hyojinim, I was very fortunate to be able to participate there. And I'm telling you, it was very warlike. We were actually fighting. There were brothers, who had bloody noses, and the communists were throwing paints on our march. you know. And even though I'm not a violent man, but I had to, you know, assert myself as if, you know, you can't do this to me, you know. But I never forget the indomitable spirit of the leadership that, you know, Carp brought to the Berlin Wall, and we were able to complete our rally successfully. So it was all due to the incredible leadership that Joachim provided, and we united absolutely with him, even in the face of death. You know, it was really a very excruciating and very difficult situation. But we are not the ones who, you know, who will back down in such kind of difficulty, but we just went and prayed at the wall. And so whenever I hear that the Berlin Wall, whenever I hear of a unified Germany, I felt, you know, wow, but you were a part of that, you know. So I'm grateful to True Parents for giving me the opportunity to, you know, to go, you know, to Germany and to help the German people to unify. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Somehow the thought of, I was thinking about, you know, the song Sanai. It's like real man, right? You're a real man. Doing the jumping in the ocean, experiencing the softness and the roughness, having experiences where you have to defend your life. You know, the walk calmly with the big stick. You know, there's how great God is, you know, how much power God has, but also that can be fragile and vulnerable at the same time. This is how life was supposed to be. I feel like so many people are just trying to live comfortably. And that's not how God made it. God made this world very dangerous, taking risks and overcoming concepts and breaking down walls. I mean, this is the human nature. This is God's nature. So
one point I think is worth mentioning is that Jamaica have many great athletes, and the one that is best known around the world is Usain Bolt. I'm sure that you have heard that name. Well, you know, he actually participated in Germany at the World Championships there. I think it was in 2009. And he was a dominant athlete, you know, for that event, breaking 3 world records there in the tracks. So on his way back from Germany, he made a stop in New York. So the consul general for the Jamaican consulate, she called me and said, Reverend Green, Usain Bolt is in town. So she wanted to have a reception for him, but so my job in coming to the consulate was to prepare the spiritual atmosphere to welcome him after his victorious performance that really shook the world. And I remember meeting him there. I was there with one of my spiritual sons, Bishop Riley. You know, and it was the first time that I was meeting, you know, our great, you know, athlete. And so I prayed for him. I prayed for him on that day. And I felt that the reason why he was able to perform so well was that I myself had laid the base for him to do well in Berlin. Because in Berlin, I was successful also in the track and field, you know, running there, and won 2 gold medals in the World Cultural and Sports Festival. So I think my going there was like a pioneering the way for Usain Bolt to do well. And at his return, I was also invited to give, a prayer upon his life, for all the great things that he has done. So there's a kind of a dynamic between Usain Bolt and me, even though he's not aware of it. But I really thank God for giving me this opportunity to carry out this function at the consulate. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, there's, as you know, our goal is to have one spiritual child this year, right? And I think there is, you can claim people. If there's someone you really love, that you really pray for, you can claim them as your spiritual child. And then even if that person doesn't necessarily come around, you can develop that heart that heaven can trust you. That maybe this particular person has their own responsibility in taking time, but that doesn't mean that nothing's happening. That God can definitely send someone to you who he can trust you will take care of. So I believe you. I think that whatever you do can be Jungsung, whether it's running a race or being active in any kind of ministry. It's Jungsung for whoever you're ready to, you want to take care of. So yeah, I believe, yeah. Oh, Dr. Sonnenborn, hello, welcome.
Oh, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Amidst all this surge of success and good feelings, it's worth mentioning some of the obstacles that our young people face. First of all, we tell them they're a new generation, and we want them to follow us as role models. But they're very sharp in discovering the flaws. We have to be very careful if we teach them not to do something. If we even do a little bit of it, they'll pick on it and run with the wild and do it over and over and over again. That was my experience with both my boys. And then the younger boy finds a way around all our teachings, which are all logical, based upon the first assumption, and then you take a step from that, build upon it. Then he says, then you build upon that assumption. So your first assumption is 50% chance of being right, and then it goes down progressively. So they become skeptical of all statements built on logic. So I said to them, well, then where can you start? What's your assumption? He said, I just try to do things that will help as many people in most ways. Well, that's a very laudable goal, but how can you decide what they need? But they had that kind of mindset to be skeptical, and then it was the death of God theory that if you make an assertion, you try to prove it. If you can't prove the opposite, then it's meaningless. It's not enough to teach the thing in the standard unification thought books or manuals for those. Of course, we need that. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sonnenborn. Yes, our youth, they need to have a good, nurturing space to grow. And sometimes when we just tell them what they can't do and just drop, make that boundaries too small, they want to just get out. And yes, their resentment can compound, and misunderstandings, and so it's good to always kind of proceed with discernment and with really interest in that young person and their life and what they're interested in. Yeah. Yeah. We'll do it. We'll get it right this time. I think we'll have this generation I'm quite hopeful for. So, okay, that's it for me for today. Thank you.
Okay, family. I'd just like to mention we have two brothers here today who just came back from Korea. We have Christian and Seika. We want to welcome you, Christian. Welcome back from Korea. We missed you. And Takayoshi, congratulations on your blessing. Welcome back.
He's blessed.
So, we have any prayer requests today?
I also, I punched him in the face. I saw him at the sub-region event, Takayoshi. Like, brother, why didn't no one know? You didn't tell anybody about it. But yeah, anyway, he apologized, so it's okay. So he knows we
Oh,
love him.
yeah, right. Good. Thank you for mentioning that, Pastor Mihan. Takayoshi, we had no idea that you were getting blessed. And so we didn't, mention you in our prayers or anything. Excuse me. So yeah, you're in trouble.
Well, we also realized that you sprained your ankle or something.
Yeah.
So there was a period of time where we were praying for you.
Right.
So I think that was God's trying to channel some prayer to you because you weren't forthcoming about what was going on.
That's right. You're at the top of the list, right?
That's right.
Right.
So through your leg or whatever, you got the prayer.
His ankle, I believe.
Ankle.
So we saw you, we saw you many times. You know, like you were a celebrity. They showed you so many times, and your wife is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Gosh.
And she has a beautiful name too.
That's true too, Sayaka. Yeah.
Let's find this Sayaka right here too. This sister over here. Her name is Sayaka too.
Oh my goodness. Welcome, Sayaka. I was wondering who that was. I couldn't see that well because
So she kind of heard about this place and wanted to come with her daughter. So from Japan, but she was here in the U.S. for some time doing missionary work. So she knows Reverend Galvan and some of the people she worked with at the time, long ago. So
good.
Okay.
All right, let's get ready. We start with our 3 Abaji Omanis.
Countryman Residence Prayer, Shijak, Abaji, Omane, Abaji,
Omane,
Abaji, Omane.
Let's pray.
Heavenly Parent.
And then to allow me to participate in this prayer.
Resonance prayer and devotion that we offer the other places in America, every state, many prayer hall and centering on without being prayer branch, but Mother allow us, made us, we are all of us.
Father, we know those dreams are very
prayer success in New Jersey, large community,
it's not easy to be really
potential breakthrough can be
realize reality
that can
of his
Father,
With your guidance, we
Heavenly
will
Parent,
and
and you grant
an ongoing program of
emotions
delivery
on each
participation.
human being,
May it lead to do more than
where
life,
you
but
can
to appreciate.
well
For sending the
heaven
truth and the and we pray for your guidance.
connect with the
How
human
to
being.
best move forward, how to best
Therefore,
make this place a place of rebirth,
says,
a place of new start,
I'm the
a
diamond.
new beginning. We
Bless
pray also for
yourself,
Joe Santiago, who
diamond.
amid some strong conditions, very good, strong conditions, various different for time,
Changing value.
reading and writing, going through the books. He may take good condition by doing that. He can make stronger conditions so
Strong
instead of holding him down,
thought.
instead of holding him back, reaching his full potential.
The Father knows very well about this.
Take our entire day
Katie,
in guidance.
From well to accomplish
Still, yeah,
the mission of the Messiah.
somebody
Father as well.
not all the time.
Small
So I pray that he
child.
sensibility seriously into heart.
Dreaming
Line his life
your
forward
original kingdom on earth.
not
Father,
we are okay as we are. Don't have to change anything. Rather,
such a
you
young
thank you for Socrates. A lot of help recently.
all the presidents,
Help during the prayer
all the
room.
presidents,
17
and Father,
years old.
all
Big help
Now,
for our local church.
artistic
Anything that you can do.
heart and love.
Your fruit. We're all in the boat.
Conscious moving up to pray. His true father,
Mary, please be with him. We know that he hasn't forgotten what he is prepared for, what he's understood. He hasn't forgotten his own
mankind.
able to
How
dig in
he present
and service up and running here again.
of God.
That they
each one of
can
my
become one. So
How many times
use her love,
conscious
bring them to true parents so that they can
guidance. We know that
men and women
testify to the
coming from opposite
then
sides.
raising a man because
We
to
have it
live and do the work
well.
that is done, pushing harder to
Bob Marley,
more
important figures in our
to grow in
was able to meet them and to relate to
just
them,
without guessing.
letting them know that
The result of my own faith
the second advent,
be incredible love and blessing
the coming of
continues.
the
So
Lord.
I'm very grateful for that and grateful that I
Of a family,
reverse course and
families,
restart, make a
children,
new beginning.
showing us Virginia
Any
has
effort to
such
go
a passion
any effort
and strong will
more to fulfill more.
to accomplish
So
his mission.
again for your guidance,
Portion of responsibility as a leader,
best I can. Also pray for the sisters who came here
other as
and
the
be
leadership
able to share much with
music, art,
tell them that the Lord, the second advent has
but
been
she
born in
wanted
Korea and the marriage blessing of the Lamb has been fulfilled.
this music
Again,
can save
can
young
sink deep into their hearts. They can realize that that is the
your providence
are the true
natural.
parents. Born in Korea, they're Korean,
praying
they're part of their own
All mankind
the Lord would see
blood
will
between people.
that here
Good God, Korea, good
and
realize
reach
what a treasure they
higher.
have in true parents.
morning
Thank because they come from North Korea.
and Father
and attain
Tried to destroy North Korea
maturity
with all his might.
allows you
Molly,
the resources that they
people
need
look
to
good,
carry out their
big religious communities, but and it's so hard for that. We want to see people growing in their love for you, growing in their understanding. You had that jealousy and resentment. So sad to see that. Yeah, apparently he has not repented. I pray that all the other people of resentment who were generated from Lucifer repent.
Now I have Tanjinga. Shimga.
이오미 주고도 주고 일백번고 져주고 백거리 진도 내요 넋이라도 잊고 없고 임형하니 병탄치 가실 줄이 있으랴 임형하니 병탄치 가실 줄이 있으랴.
Janjin Champumunge Kyungbe. Haru. Now we'll have 3 cheers of Okmanse.
경기 합신 한우 부모님 억만세 전진 장부모님 억만세 victory for the Chunshima Resonance Prayer 억만세.
Thank you, everybody. Do we have any announcements?
Yes, today, Sunday service, maybe you saw my email yesterday evening, but Reverend Juanita, Robert have a special service today celebrating Black History Month. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be filled with song and educational things, learning about history, of course. So, yeah, definitely come today.
No, I'm not sure everybody got the email. I didn't.
Oh, interesting. I was using Reverend Josh's list. What happened? Okay, well, that is the announcement I have today.
How was yesterday?
Yeah, it's good to know the sub-regional goals and the national goals and the metrics and stuff. But my conclusion is stick to the plan and just make sure we're reporting well. That's my conclusion. Yeah. But it was nice. It was nice to see those old pastors again. It's been a while. And
old pastors.
good old pastors. Yeah.
Happy Sunday, everybody. God bless you.
Quick question. Any news about Yumiko-san, Kato in Japan? No.
I mean, we saw pictures of her with Dr. Yong, I think, in Korea. I mean, she's young-minded. So she's everywhere.
She's everywhere. Great.
Okay, thank you.
God bless you, everybody. Have a great day. Happy
Bye.
Sunday. Bye.
Hello? Ayoka-san.
Me?
Yeah, Saika-san wants to talk to you.
Yeah. Do I see it at the service? I was waiting for the time to meet.
ああ、
おはようございます。
おはようございます。
久しぶり
21年ぶりにアメリカに来まし
あ
た。
ーでも本当にご苦労様です。
今日久しぶりにブロンクスの教会に。
そうそう、ブロンクス教会でね。
行きます。
よく
佐賀に
伝道
住んでました、私10年間。
ああ、she was living in Saga.
ねえ
ああ、that's the news. Oh my God.
マイホームタウンに、はい、ちょうど10年ですね。10年前に佐賀に帰ってきて、もう佐賀の教会がものすごく大きいんですよ。
大きくなってね、そうそう。Saga Church is very big now. She went back to Japan. Saga Church became so big. そう
行かれたことあります？
行きました。うん。
本当ですか？
本当に北の方に移っちゃったんですけどね。
そうなんですよ。それでちょっと、はい、スタッフで
あ
ました。
今日来られますか礼拝に、サンデーサービスに行かれ
今日ね、
ますか？
ブロンクスチャーチに。
ブロンクス教会に行くんだ。
はい。
She was a missionary in Bronx, so they go to Bronx Church. Oh, I want to meet her.
5日
会いたいと思
間しか
ってました。
5日間だけちょっとニューヨークに来て、そして娘を連れてきたんですよ。で、最初の娘がブロンクスで生まれたんですよ。その宣教師の時に。
そうだよね。
それでその子がもうアメリカに行きたいってずっと言っていて、それで今
いつま
大学の
でですか？そしたら5日間っていうのはいつで終わりです
もう
か？
私はですね、月曜日にニュージャージーに娘と一緒に行って、その娘がニュージャージーに3月20日、22日までお世話になるんですよね。ニュージャージーのカープセンター、カープセンターにお世話になるので、そこに一緒に連れて行こうと。
今日が最後なんだ。じゃあ、礼拝終わったら、夕方でも会いに行こうかな、ハーレム教会に。帰ってこられますか？それとも遅くなるんでしょうか？
ちょっと今日は私の例の子に会う予定です、夜。夜はですね。
なんか、惜しかったな。知ってるが、会いに行こうと思ってたんですけど、なんか、いろいろあるだろうなと思って、そしたら本当短いんだ。そっか。
そうですね。もう、なんとか来れたっていうかですね、子供たちのいろいろ受験とか卒業式とか、そういうのがあるんですけど、1週間ちょっと空いたので、やっぱ長女がアメリカに行きたいってずっと言ってたからですね。
子供さん何人いらっしゃるんですか
？3人いるんですけど、女の子ですね、15歳。
日本にいらっしゃるとは知らなかった。アメリカのどっかに
知らなかった。いや、ずっともう日本に、2003年から韓国に、アベル UN の時に韓国に行って、そしてお父様世話されてから、もう宣教師が一応終わりっていうことになって、
そうですね、ありましたね。
はいはい。それで2014年に佐賀に帰ったんですよ。それまで北海道に10年間いたんですよ。
ご主人の。
はいはい。夫の実家が北海道なんですね。だけども、もう転校で転勤族だったので、それでちょっと実家の方に帰って10年間。
主人は今、日本で子供さんのお世話してらっしゃるんですね。
はい。で今年からちょっと東京に引っ越します、また。
東京に、また引っ越し。ご苦労様です。懐かしい。いや、会いたいと思ってた。会いたかった。なんか自分の妹みたいな、なんかね。ここにいらっしゃる、時々来られる由美子さん、加藤さんも佐賀の人なんですよ。知ってらっしゃるでしょ？ご存知でしょ？
選挙の時に何回
一緒だ
か
ったでしょ？彼女入ったのは佐賀ではないけども。 ああ、懐かしい。あーそう、
鴨
会えな
原、
いけど。
鴨原、はい、婦人代表をずっと代表されてます。鴨原美希子さん。
あー
わからないか。
そうですか。頑張ってくださいね。
はい
また来られることを願って。
美子さんもいつまでも本当に頑張って第一線で頑張っていらっしゃるんで。
いやいや、本当に今、最近ちょっとね、体調子が崩したから、ちょっと今、引いてますけども、でも、また今年は頑張らなくちゃと思ってます。いやー、ご苦労様です。子供さんが頑張られたら、子供さんを残していかれるんですね。アメリカに残してね。
そう1ヶ月ですね。
1ヶ月か。
日本の大学に通ってるので、春休みの間の1ヶ月だけ。
1ヶ月間。
うん
いや、いいと思います。じゃあ、子供さんは国籍はアメリカ両
そうです。ア
方なの？
メリカで生まれているので、でも本当にその赤ちゃんの時に日本に帰ってから一度も来たことがないんですよね。だからそのままになってますけど。
21年ぶりでアメリカのパスポート持って。
いや、もう赤ちゃんの時のだけ。
じゃあ、あとは日本の
うん
パスポートで。そうですか。じゃあ、両国籍持ってるってことだ。いや、本当にご苦労様です。で、いつ
よかったです。
入居されたんでした？
今日
入居されたのはいつだったんですか？
入居
うん。
私も、京都の大学に行った時に入ったので、その時もう91年、92年ぐらいです。
もうすごいな。30年選手か。いやー、また、
はい、
声
今日お
があるよう
目にお会いでき
にね。
て、お会いできてっていうか、お
いや
目にかかれてよかっ
本当に
たです。
嬉しかった。いや、私も本当に考えます。菅川さんとかね、そくちゃんの、奥さんとか、いろんな宣教師さんがたくさんアメリカで、頑張ってくださったので、あれは何年？ 1999 年でしたっけ、来られたのは。
最初、そうで、96年にその選挙が始まったんですけど、その時ノー
そうですよね。
フォークに行ったんですよ。はい。ノーフォーク、
はい。
リーバイ・ドーティさんの家に、
漁師さんのとこに行って、
はい、1年間いて、それで98年にニューヨークに。
ね。もう40サードにも伝道されましたっけ？
その時ですね、中国人の、例の子ができたんですけど、
あ
ちょっとお世話になったと思います。今ちょっともう教会離れ、紹介していただいたマッチングした、マッチングの人と結婚して、フロリダにいるんですけど、ちょっと教会には行ってないんですよね。
時々なんか、彼女の、もう一人中国人のゲストがいましたよね。あの人となんか、よく錯覚するんだけど、ひょっとしたら津川さんの例の子、Facebook に出てくる人かな、時々。ちょっとそういうこと考えてましたけど。
奥さんはね、コロンビア人です。
そうですか。
で、そのス
ご苦
パニッシュ、
労様です、
ブロンクスで
本当に。
連動した、スパニッシュの例の子がい
うん。
るんですけど、
うん
その人が今別の教会に行っちゃったんですよ。祝福受けたけどうまくいかなくて。別の、うちのじゃなくて、全く別のスパニッシュの教会に。で、そ
行っちゃった。
の人と今日の夕方、もう久しぶりに
会うん
会っ
ですか。
て、
でもよかったですね。
うん
1000回祈祷すればきっと帰ってきますよ。
お母様
私も、
の事情でも、
私もそういう人ばっかり、そういう人ばっかり私もだから呼び集めない、なんか力が抜けるぐらい、なんかもう一回より戻さなきゃいけないと思ってます。
なんかちょっ
いや
と、
津川さん頑張ってくださいね。いや頑張ってらっしゃること知ってます。選挙をきちんとやってくださったから。
その
よかっ
例の子
たね。
の弟
ええ、
がですね、
うん。
弟もアメリカで教会に入ったんですよ。で、その子
お
は日
ー
本人の宣教師と祝福受けて、それで
シカゴに、
東京に住んでるんですけど、
東京に、
その人は
そ
生きてます。そしてその子供たち、2世の子供たちは、今年1人UPA に入学するって言って頑張ってます。
すごい優秀じ
だからエ
ゃないですか。
クアドルと日本人のカップル、
エ
ブロンク
クアドル。
スで伝道された、そうですけど。だからす
当
ごい、
人は違う教会に入っちゃったんだ。
そう、お兄さんの方はちょっともう離れて、別の、
離れて。
うちの統一教会じゃないところの 教会
キリスト教
今、牧師になったって言ってるんですよ。
死になった。
牧師になったって言ってるので、今日の夜、そこの教会のサービスに参加する予定。
ブロンクスですか？
ブロンクスみたいです。ジャンカーズって言ってました。の場所。
ああ。すごいな。誰か一緒に行かないと残ってる人がね、面倒見ないと。まあ、教会の誰か一緒に行かれるんでしょ？
そう。今日はとりあえず私と子供と2人で行くかな。でもそうですね。ちょっとブロンクス教会に行ってから相談してみます。
一緒に行って、後継ぎ、引き継ぎしてくれる人が出てきたら、ACLC の担当だ。教会長さんが言ってくだされば一番いいけども、そうじゃなかったら誰かと一緒にね、行かれたら、スパニッシュがわかる人と一緒にね。すごいな。頑張ってください。元気が出てきた。
日本人はすごい、そうですね。シックはすごく元気に頑張ってますね。いろんな事件というか、ありましたけど。
あっても、もうすごい、こちらからも手紙を出すということで、私もその中の一人になって内容を書いた手紙を送ったまだそれが届いたとは思いませんけど、教会の方には行きましたけども、それでも昨日のこの前の裁判のあれも、まだ命はあれとどまってるけども、相手は本当に、政府は本当にもう次から次へと叩き潰したいんですよ、私たちをね、潰したいっていうような、そういうことが書いてあったテキストが来たので、と思いながら。いやー、本当に、でも、頑張ってね、本当に、私の姉が千葉にいるんですよ。
そうなんですか。
千葉にいて、で、妹が静岡にいて、いますけれども、まあちょっと、妹はちょっとね、精神的にちょっと今難しいので、姉はもう、まあ、イーバン成績等に、哲学等に参加してますよ。強烈な。ご苦労様です。はい。よろしく、頑張ってくださいね。本当にまた。
こっち向き
またなんか、行けばよかったな。
Good morning. Yumiko-san attending 40 days workshop in Korea. 聞こえたかな？
いや、違う、これ違う人。じゃあね。
はい、わかりました。
はい、ありがとうございます。はい。
Yumiko-san went to Korea. Can you hear me? Nobody. Okay. Bye bye.